we are super excited to be here today and talk about the new episodes of Malory Towers. So I'm Ella Bright, I play Daryl Rivers.
I'm Beth Bradfield and I play Jean.
I'm Amelie Green and I play Bill Robinson.
I'm Sienna and I play Sally Hope.
And I'm Natasha Raphael and I play Irene.
We are super excited to be answering some questions, so let's get right into it.
This is the third form stable?
Yeah, that's right. Wait, we saw you on the road. You passed us in the broken down car.
Give me a horse over horsepower any day. I'm Bill. This is Thunder.
Amelie, we are super excited for you to be joining us this term. And Bill, I'm sorry, has the coolest entrance of all time. So tell us a bit more about her. What do you love the most about Bill?
I love the fact that she sticks up for herself and for others. If something isn't fair, she always makes sure that she speaks her mind. I also really like the fact that she doesn't really care what other people think about her. She's very free-spirited in a sense. For example, when she first comes to the school, Gwen is like, "What has someone done with your hair?" She's like, "I like it like this." And I think everyone should learn to be a bit like Bill and learn that you don't really have to worry about what other people think about you.
Okay, and now for the probably most interesting question. Did you have to know how to ride a horse before you auditioned?
So when I got through the email for the self-tape, they asked me if I have any fear of horses or allergies, or if I have ever ridden before, if I have any experience. So I've had a little bit of experience, but never to this high of a level before. So I was a little bit nervous to see what it would be like on set.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be a big problem if you were afraid of horses to play Bill.
Yeah,
but
very big problem.
And also, I do have to say, me and Amelie also got to try out horse riding together, and that was my first time as well. So I'm super glad Amelie was there with me, because that was a great time. Awesome. So Amelie, what was the first scene you filmed, if you remember that long ago?
The first scene I filmed was when we were in Devon. It was when Bill gets all the treats for the girls and she lays them out really nicely in the forest, I think, to apologise. And yeah, I was really nervous. I remember I kept asking the girls "Oh, do you think it's all right? Do you think it's going well?" And they were like, "Amelie, it's fine. Don't worry." But yeah, I was 100% really nervous.
Well,
it was going great. You were
exactly,
a pro, Amelie.
You were absolutely amazing. That scene was one of my favourites because we just got to eat a bunch of cheese straws, which was
Ginger
great.
snaps.
And what was it, of course, to work with the famous Nemo, or better known as Thunder?
It was amazing. He was voice trained, so our horse master would be trot on, and he would be and he would go, and I'm like, how does he do that? How does he know that? It was really incredible, and he's a really good actor as well.
He was. Best horse actor I've ever met. Well, thank you so much, Amelie.
Beth.
Yay! So, I'm super excited to talk more about Miss Johnson and the art mystery, so on to Natasha.
Okay, guys, so we definitely need to talk about Miss Johnson, our new form mistress, of course. This was definitely one of the biggest plots this term, and it led us to the mystery of the missing art.
Good morning, girls. I'm glad you've all met your new form teacher. Miss Johnson is joining us from Harpton Hall.
Good morning, Johnson. Delightful to meet you all.
So, Ella, how would you describe Miss Johnson? Do you think she's the biggest villain we've had on the show so far?
Yes, I mean, I definitely remember reading the scripts and being shocked that I was like, is this Malory Towers? Even I was scared. The way Emily, who plays Miss Johnson, is just so chilling. The way every single scene I did with her minute facial expressions, you just knew that something was definitely off, even when she was playing her good character side at the beginning of the show. And it was just so terrifying to work with her, obviously, when she was in the role, but afterwards she was just amazing. So it was crazy how well she could act that role. It's amazing.
Yeah. I just remember us doing our table reads before we would actually go and shoot, and we were all behind the scenes we were genuinely scared. Okay, so I know everyone at home is going to want to know the answer to this question. Sienna, what was it like to film with Emily Pigford, who plays Miss Johnson? So was she scary in real life?
So, Amelie, first of all, I have to say, is an amazing actress. And one thing about her that I really admire is that she really embodies the character. She's such a bubbly person, but obviously her character is very, very scary. And I've never worked with like a villain like that before. And then I remember, like, there was this one scene we filmed when I pick up the phone. And I remember we were all reading this in the read-through, and like, this is gonna be the scene.
Oh, thank you, sister. Yes, we can speak now. Please do put her through. Hello?
I'm disappointed in you, Sally. How can you disturb Miss Grayling when she's ill?
I'm sorry.
If you have a question or a problem, you should come to me.
We filmed it, and I'm not joking. I remember saying to Bruce, our director, I said, Bruce, I'm terrified. She generally brings out a real fear in me. That's how amazing she's. Yeah, that's my answer. She was very scary.
Scary on set and lovely in real life.
She's such a lovely person. She has so much energy, and she matches all of our energy. So we love her.
The last question I have for everybody is, what were all of your theories on who was the art thief in the show? Because I know we like to kind of think about what's going to happen next and what we think the show's going to turn out like. So did any of you guess right at the beginning? I know I definitely didn't, but...
I think I can speak for everyone. I think we all probably thought it was Gwen at first, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That is just what we assume from being in those two seasons of a show, and it's usually always Gwendolyn. But it wasn't this time, actually. Quite a surprise.
Okay, now for some more, I'm going to pass you over to Sienna.
Hi, guys. Okay, so now I have some questions about my other favourite storylines this year. And my question is for Beth. Have you done lacrosse before the show? Because we all know it looked so fun to watch.
I hadn't played lacrosse before we shot the show, and I'm not the sportiest person in the world, but it was a lot of fun learning a new skill, and I was in the goals quite a lot because Jean is goalie, and so I feel like I had quite an easy job, but it was a lot of fun, and I think I got better at it as the seasons have gone on.
Ella, this question's for you. I love the episode where Daryl's sister Felicity came to the school. So one of my questions for you is, do you think she'll ever become a pupil at Malory Towers?
I hope so. I really, really do. I mean, obviously the books follow on to Felicity going into the school, and that would be so amazing to have my own on-screen little sister, because I've got two younger sisters, Phoebe and Georgia, and it would be really, really fun to reflect that onto the show. So hopefully we get to see Felicity become a pupil in real life at Malory Towers.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. Tash, the music scenes with you and Mavis was so beautiful. Question for you is, do you actually play the piano?
So, before I got cast in this show, kind of similar to Amelie with her horse riding and Beth with her lacrosse playing, I'd actually never played the piano before. So I worked with a really amazing music team that we have on Malory Towers, and they took me through each of the pieces. So I would look through all of the sheet music, and I would work out how to place my hands and things like that to make it look as authentic as possible. But people like Beth, who is actually a gorgeous piano player in real life, she helped me out so much. All the girls were my saviors in the house. They would all come and I would practice for them, and they would be my audience for my little at-home concert.
Okay, Tash, following on from that, I actually have another question for you.
Go ahead.
How was it working with Brie? Was it amazing to have Irene and Mavis as like new best friends? How was it?
Yeah, it was so much fun. Brie is she is an angel. She is so lovely. And I feel like it was so nice for Irene to kind of have someone to look up to in the show. Mavis really let her explore that side to her personality and really let her explore something that's outside her academics, something she feels like she's really good at, and I think it was a great confidence boost for her. So I really love the dynamic between those two. And Brie was like an older sister to us on set as well, so yeah, we loved having her with us.
Okay, this question's for you. What was it like filming with the Thackerton boys when they visited? Did you actually rehearse before? And who was the best dancer?
It was quite fun actually to work with the Thackerton boys. I think for me, especially because I got to kind of figure out Bill's dynamic with the rest of the boys. So I got to kind of figure out how Bill would interact with them and react with them. She didn't really like them that much. And yeah, we got to practice beforehand. We had someone come in and teach us the waltz, which was really fun and to learn. And the best dancer is definitely Sienna. She went round to everyone and she made sure that everyone was clean and everyone knew what they were doing with the dance moves. So yeah.
So I love all the mystery and fun in Malory Towers, especially the scene where Daryl hides behind Matron to sneak out. One of my questions is for you, Ella. Did you have fun working with Ashley? How was it?
I cannot express this enough. Ashley is truly the funniest, most amazing, hilarious person you will ever meet. She makes everyone on set laugh their absolute head off. And especially that scene, just to speak on that scene in particular, that was a lot of fun because I got to hide in a hay barrel, basically, for about half an hour. I was just sitting there. And every 5 or so minutes, Ashley would come up from behind me in the window and just like scare me. And it was absolutely terrifying, but it made me laugh a lot.
Okay, thank you so much, girls, for answering my questions. Now we're going to play a really fun game. Over to you, Beth.
So we each have 5 pieces of paper, one with each of our names on it, and I'm going to say a statement and then we have to hold up the piece of paper with the person's name who the statement most applies to. In real life, who would show up to class in their pajamas?
It's a unanimous decision.
I think it's because I go to a school where we wear our own clothes, and you know, sometimes I cannot be bothered to put on, you know, really cute clothes. Oh, really cute clothes. So I will just put pajamas on and go with it. How about that?
As she should.
In real life, who would show up to school on horseback? 3, 2, 1.
I said Sienna, because you come in, you got your horse, and everyone will be like, wow, she's so cool. Because you are.
Yeah, I feel like you would come in extravagantly on a horse.
You have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like Amelie's got the riding ability.
The skills.
Yeah, that's why I put Amelie as well. Okay, on to the next one. So in real life, who would keep their dorm room the tidiest? 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Where we were staying, Tash had the cleanest room.
Tash always kept her room clean.
I like it organised, but I think also Beth shares that. I feel like we have that in common.
Yeah, definitely. I can't go to sleep if my room's too messy, it just stresses me out. So, in real life, who would be accepted into a music conservatoire? 3, 2, 1, sorry. Beth!
Hey!
Yeah, I just made sure I was putting up the right name. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to hope so, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Beth, we all know you're incredibly
Absolutely
talented.
incredible.
Yes.
You are amazing.
Best piano player there is. And singer. Just amazing.
Thank you, guys. On to the next one. In real life, who would ace their French class? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm not good at French, but I'm the only one who takes French here, so.
I think you're good at French.
I have a clear memory of Ella and Danny just speaking to each other in French.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
I was just gonna say.
What are they talking about? What?
The next one is, in real life, who would be the best at balancing books on their head? 3, 2, 1.
Wow, I feel the love. I'm feeling the love.
Yeah.
Because you're a dancer, so you're very
Yeah, that's
poised.
what I was gonna say. You got the coordination.
You know what? When we were doing it, we actually had to do this as a scene. I thought it was like first about balance, but it's actually, unfortunately, if you have a good head shape or not. Like, if your head is flat at the top, like me, my head is so flat. So the book's back, like I could do it right now.
Oh. Gorgeous.
And then the last one is, who would make the best head of form? Okay, 3, 2, 1. I don't know who to choose.
I'm gonna say, oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna take out me. I'm just gonna throw that away. There we go.
I feel like when we work as a team, as a group, we work as a team so well together. So I feel like we would be a good team head of form.
Like, we out of nowhere just became like this sisterhood. And the thing is, when we all put our minds together, we can accomplish something. So that's why I love you guys, because you guys are all beautiful and talented.
So are you. So thank you so much for that amazing game. So this is my final question for everyone. I really want to know what everyone's favourite scene was. So Sienna, let's start with you.
So Sally was ill, and when she comes back, she has two really good actresses. One is with an aeroplane, and she throws it into a room. We did about 49 takes of me I kept throwing it in people's eyes, in people's food, like in the camera. I just have really bad aim. But my favourite entrance and favourite scene was when it was beautiful, because the set was sort of like just morning, like the crisp of the morning, and everyone was sleeping. And it was just silent. It was just me and Ella having a little moment. And I put my stuff down and I'm like, back in form. And then she wakes up and she's like, Sally! And Ella jumps, like fully jumps onto me, full body, grabbed onto me and was spinning around and laughing. And it was just beautiful. It was generally a real hug because I hadn't filmed for a long time. So like, it was just really cute.
Oh, love you, Sienna. That's probably one of my favourites as well. And Amelie, do you want to go next?
So I have a few. When Mademoiselle is like kind of interrogating Bill, and she's like, Tonnerre! And she literally gets up out of her seat and starts riding around the classroom like, J'aime Tonnerre! And then she ends up getting sent out. I don't know, I just thought that was a scene that really pushed me out of my comfort zone, because at the beginning I was a little bit like apprehensive, a bit embarrassed, but then I kind of just went for it, and it ended up being really, really fun. Another scene I really enjoyed filming was when Bill wears like this really old dress for the dance, because Gwen's like, oh, you have to wear a dress. And so then we go and find this dress, and Bill puts it on, and Sally can see that she's really unhappy. And then she's just about to walk out the door, and then she comes in and she like rips it off, and she's like, guess you can't be wearing that now. And I just thought that was such a sweet moment between them, and yeah, I really loved filming that scene.
That's one of my favourite scenes, and love you.
Especially with the Tonnerre scene. That was probably the funniest moment on set for all of us. We were laughing so much. That was amazing.
It was really fun.
And Tash, do you want to have your favourite scene?
I think what Sienna said about when you feel like a scene is like really genuine, that's one of my favourite things too. I remember I had this scene with Imi right after Mavis allows Irene to play with her at the audition, and we just kind of had this fangirl moment over Brie, who we were like, over, and then we just gave each other this massive hug, and it was so fun to do. I loved their friendship in that episode, and it just warmed my heart. But then like in terms of group scenes with us all together, which are also always my favourite ones to film, and there was this scene where we were cleaning up the dorm in this mad panic, and we had the steady cam going everywhere, and everyone was like dodging out the way of the camera. It was chaos, but it was so much fun. I loved working with that piece of kit.
Oh, I forgot about that scene. Yeah, that's definitely that. Oh, that was such a fun scene. We're like racing around, grabbing clothes, bumping into everyone. That was, I think Kaz like pulled a lacrosse stick out of the bed and was like running around.
It was all improv as well. A lot of that was improv, and I love when we get to improv together as a group. It's so good.
I completely agree. Yeah. And Beth, your favourite scene?
To be honest, that was one of my favourite ones as well. Another one that I really loved, which was so funny, was when Matron gives us a lesson on growing up. This was one of the funniest scenes. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life filming the scene. It was so funny because Ashley, the comedy genius that she is, she improvised different lines and different looks, and all of them were just as funny as the last. And so I don't think I stopped laughing the entire time.
Oh, this conversation is so nostalgic. I like forgot all of these. This is so cute.
Right?
I completely agree. That was my favourite scene. I love that scene. But I think probably another of my favourite scenes to do was any of the scenes with Emily and me. and I like lose my temper with her a lot. It's quite a few times. And I think my favorite one has to be though, we're in the classroom and Taz, who plays Ellen, is showing her crystal, and then Miss Johnson makes her basically admit to this prank that they pulled, and Daryl gets her fiery temper, and then I get to grab this big, huge, like this thick textbook and then chuck it at the door screaming.
That was
I love
such a
that
good
scene
scene.
so much. That was so much fun to film. Yeah, and then I've got to say, honorable mention, I say this every season, definitely the last scene has got to be my favorite. So you've got Tash with Bree, and they're talking about their music. Amelie comes on with her horse, and then Jude comes out of the police car. We run to him, greet him back into the school, and then me and Imi, my favorite part of this, I say goodbye to Sienna. We get in the car with Danya, and then we drive off, and the camera just follows me and Imi waving, and then it kind of closes and that's how they close the season. And it is, I love that scene so much.
It was so gorgeous. I love
Yeah.
that ending so much.
It was a lot of fun to film and like have everyone.
I really
and their
miss
special goodbye moments. It's great.
Oh, I miss it. That's so cute.
I miss you guys.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and thank you to my favorite people of all time, Amelie, Sienna, Beth, Tash. Thank you so much for joining me and answering some of these amazing questions. It has been so lovely to see you all, as always. So, see you soon, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
Malory Towers.